Hello, I'm Elizabeth Losey of elizabethlosey.com and Embrace Your Magic. And I am here today. The full moon in Leo is happening right now as I record this. So the energy of the full moon is going to be contained in this video. Um, and I just want to say this is a really, really powerful full moon. Full moons are always the most intense moment of the month. And we've had a lot of intensity here in the United States recently, which, you know, I guess we're here for because this is, um, according to me, we incarnated for this moment, right? And I love seeing people stand up and speak truth to power. This full moon is definitely a time to continue doing that, do even more of that. Leo, of course, is the sign of leadership. And it's exactly trine to the dwarf planet Eris or Eris, who is when she was first discovered, people wanted to call her Xena, warrior, like for the warrior princess. And she got named for the sister of Ares instead, the goddess of uh, chaos. But yeah, think about it. So this sun moon opposition, they are at 24 degrees of Aquarius and Leo, and she is at 24 of Aries. And so in a trine, in a fire sign trine with that full moon. So this is a time to put on your breastplate and grab your sword and run into the fray, because this is a moment in history that everyone will be looking back at for a long, long time. It's time to get off the sidelines if you haven't really been standing up. If you're in the US, you can be writing to your congressional representatives and senators. If you are outside the US, you can be boycotting um, Tesla cars, swastika cars. If you are, I know a lot of people are really worried about what's going to happen. And I'm right there with you. And and this full moon is a beautiful moment for leadership. It's a moment of change. There's a grand cross, or uh, at a minimum a T square, which is a really tight. Um, of course, sun and moon are always opposite at the full moon, and then um, between the sun and the moon exactly is Taurus. Sorry, Uranus at the in the final degrees of Taurus. And so, and then directly opposite that, we have in Scorpio, we have Ceres and Juno. And so these asteroid goddesses, these dwarf planet goddesses, they often get called the asteroid goddesses. Um, and they're the goddess of um, the harvest, Ceres, and Juno is the goddess of relationships. So they're directly opposite uh, Uranus right now. And Uranus, of course, is the planet of change. Um, Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. Uranus rules Aquarius, so where the sun is right now, and where Mercury is sitting with the sun, and where Pluto has just arrived for the next 2 decades. Um, Uranus is known as the Great Awakener. Uranus is the higher mind, and Mercury is the lower mind or the human mind. And Mercury is sitting, it's just had its cazimi, which is where it's at the heart of the sun on Sunday. Today's Thursday. And so this is um, these two are coming together in a square. Now, a square is a challenging aspect, but it implies turning a corner. What it does is it activates. A trine is lovely, but it doesn't move people to action. A T square or a grand cross, if you add in these asteroid goddesses, that spurs people to action. And I really hope that whatever it is we're all doing, we do more of, right? However it is that you are standing up, however it is that you're making your voice heard in your communities, or to your representatives, please do even more. And it doesn't have to be out loud. It can be sending people you know who may be being targeted, members of the LGBTQ community, um, people of color, women who are being attacked as DEI. These people need support, right? I'm speaking as one. I don't have a job, so I'm not in any danger that way. But as a woman, women in America have been under attack for the last 8 years since the first Trump administration. And so right now is such a really important time to step up our leadership. I did a crystal pull for this full moon, and there were 5 stones. 5 is the number of change, and so that felt really appropriate. Also, remember that Leo is ruled, the sign of Leo, where the full moon is happening in this very instant. Leo is ruled by the sun, and it governs the heart. Aquarius to Leo is the axis of love. And of course, this is when Valentine's Day is in 2 days. But Aquarius circulates love, letting everyone know, like, I love you, I support you, like, what do you need? And Leo receives the love. Leo is like, on the stage in the spotlight, everyone applauds and it goes, yay. So this is the axis of love, and Leo rules the heart. And so amplifying your heart energy right now is the thing to do. And so I did this 5, I did a crystal pull, and there were 5 stones. And the bookend stones, the primary message from the stones, were 2 tiger's eye family stones. Now, I always think of tiger's eye as having the energy of lion, which is, of course, Leo. And the biggest stone was a hawk's eye, a blue tiger's eye, and the smallest stone was a dragon's eye. Let me see if I can hold this so you can see it a little better. A dragon's eye. Hawk's eye activates the third eye chakra, and it helps us to have really great ideas. And it says, out of all the great ideas I could have, let me discern the very best one, and then bring me the power to bring that into form in the world. And because all the tiger's eye family really contain as a core signature the golden tiger's eye, which is the most plentiful form of this stone, that golden tiger's eye signature. So all of them activate the solar plexus. All of them are massive success stones, massive manifestation stones. So this pull says, yeah, whatever it is you're intending to do right now in your leadership, in your standing up to power, this is possible. You're gonna get stuff done here. And I love that. Dragon's Eye, of course, I find Dragon's Eye energy, they're all fiery, but Dragon's Eye is particularly fiery. It's also um, very deep and mystical and magical. Um, to me, Dragon's Eye is about the fierce feminine. And also, dragon energy is kind of unstoppable, right? Which makes this even more of a success stone, right? Once a dragon gets her eye on what she wants, she is not letting go until she has it. And I think that's this fierce feminine energy that is being called for right now. For years, I've been talking about women's leadership. Now is the time where, if we look at the outpicturing in the world, men's leadership is just not there right now, especially not in the US. I look at Mexico, their new female president is really kicking ass. I love her. And there are a lot of women leaders around the world who are amazing. I wish we had a female president right now. I was very, very, very much working hard to help get Kamala Harris elected. And I still think there was some effery going on in the election results. I have other videos about that on YouTube if you want to look at them. But let me say some more about this particular full moon pull. We had Hawk's Eye and Dragon's Eye. You might just take a minute to think about qualities you associate with those creatures. And in the middle, we had Green Aventurine. Green Aventurine is a stone of springtime and renewal, of turning over a new leaf. It also says, you know what? There's an upgrade waiting for you to be ready for it. It cannot come in and tune you up yet until you release some things that no longer suit you. These can be old ideas, maybe about following rules. Like, why am I following the rules if the people who are my so-called leaders not following the rules? Like, maybe it's time to do a little civil disobedience and not follow the rules. It might also be about words that you use to describe yourself or any given situation. It might be releasing limiting beliefs. It might be shifting relationships, etc. Green aventurine is a transformative stone because it's really hopeful and very lucky. It's a green stone, so it's also a money stone. So it's implying that there's a lot of support. Our next stone was Amazonite. This is one of my 3 courage stones in the bowl. The other main courage stone also showed up. We'll talk about that one next. Amazonite is about speaking your personal truth. Maybe out in a wider platform like YouTube or social media, but maybe just to members of your family or friend group, right? If you're in a community and you see people suffering, speak up. I personally don't think suffering is necessary, and it seems to me like this administration is all about making people suffer. I don't like that. And I'm putting my foot down and saying, no, 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 we don't need that. That's not a very loving thing to do. That's all about control and fear and not at all about truth. So Amazonite is a stone of personal truth. It helps you find the courage to speak it and the right words to say. And our final stone here of the middle extra information is bloodstone. And bloodstone is like the quintessential courage stone, right? It's a heart stone and a root stone. It helps spiritual warriors like me and you, since you're watching this, move forward into the unknown with a like, okay, I'm here for this. I don't know what's coming, but I'm here to stand for truth. I'm here to stand for justice. I'm here to stand for what's right. And so we had 2 stones of courage, several massive manifestation stones. The Dragon's Eye suggests that there is multi-dimensional support for you. This is a massive, very, very supportive crystal pull. I love it for that. Let's all take a deep breath and lean into it. Ground ourselves to our hearts, because there are three heart stones in this 5-stone pull. Ground ourselves to our hearts. Take a deep breath. That heart that is activated by today's right now Leo full moon. Gird our loins with our sword of truth and get out there and do something. I'm Elizabeth Losey of elizabethlosey.com. Embrace your magic. If you know that you have things to do and you're not quite sure how to do them, please connect with me, Elizabeth at elizabethlosey.com. I'd love to have a chat with you, talk about crystals combining with divine feminine archetypes for leadership, or channeling your records to get really clear very quickly on what your purpose is in this lifetime and your exact next steps to get where you want to go. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. I'm Elizabeth Losey of elizabethlosey.com. This is a moment, and we are in it. So, all my love.